Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by the finale of the season, the final episode. What's the whole shebang? It's all leading up to this. It's sponsored by us. We did it. It's us. We are. It's us. Always us. There are never any sponsors. It is August something 2023. Yeah, we're in 2023. I am the Firefly, but also Ian, because I don't think we're gonna play. We're just talking this episode, but still, I'm always gonna be Ian, I guess, for now. Anyways, who do we have?
I'm Austin, and I was playing CT Austin, the colorful sociopath.
I was Bev, and I played Rook, the gear rabbit.
I'm Dylan, and I played Jisun, the chaotic little mushroom dude.
I'm Jonathan, and I played an assortment of characters. I played, Gomez. I played Belt. I briefly played Roast, and I'm sad I didn't stick with it, but I was very sleepy because I live in a land where it is late all the time.
And yes, listeners, Jonathan has joined us for this final goodbye episode. Well, not goodbye forever. Don't worry, listeners. We will come back with other things and episodes, and it's just we're saying goodbye to this series because we've done 3.5 seasons in this series. The half season being the children, like all children episode that Austin run. But we had a lot of fun in it. I think we discussed it the other day. It's like 63 episodes between 3.5 seasons and over 72 hours recorded. So, I mean, if you made it this far, bravo. We thank you. You're wonderful people. Yeah.
Got more commitment than some of the people I know.
Yeah. Bravo. Pat yourself on the back. You did a thing, and it was a good thing. Yeah, I'm allowed to say that.
You have validated our efforts.
Yeah.
You've listened to this podcast longer than the Confederacy existed.
Woo.
Bring it in.
Really?
The Confederacy was very short-lived.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, well done. And that's awesome. I think it's safe to say we all had mild enjoyment from this.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Only a tad.
I despised it the whole time.
I hate all of you. No.
I loved it while I was here, and I missed it when I was not.
Yeah, no, I think this has been a very fun system. After 3 seasons in a movie, I think we can safely say that
We can't do that. There's a strike happening.
we're not paid.
Oh yeah, that's true. Neither are the strikers. Think about it. Hey, sorry.
Yeah. I was talking to folks about how, like, if Forge World or if Games Workshop wanted to get a 40K show on, like, this would be the time to do it because all of the writers are available. Just be like, hey guys, we'll pay you if you write us some like cool scripts, and they'll be like, yeah, that's literally all we're asking for.
It's just to be paid. Apparently, yeah. I think I heard A24 was just kind of like, yeah, all your demands are reasonable. You want to keep making movies? And so, yeah, A24. Gotta love them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Wildsea, the movie, 2027.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, no, we had lots of fun doing this. As I say, we'll definitely be doing more things in the future. There will be more stuff from our group. Bev probably won't be here. Jonathan,
not for a little while.
Yeah. Bev's got family.
I've got
thing.
a parasite. That's gonna expel itself from my body any month now. And then I have to like pay for its college. Yeah, I'll have to pay for its college eventually. Name it, grow attached, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Rand.
Okay, listeners.
How dare you compare me to her?
We're gonna do a poll for Bev's Parasite's name. The winner gets to name it, and it's legally binding.
I got a name. It's Joan Galt.
So, what was everybody's favorite episode?
Ooh, good question.
Or rather, what's the first episode that comes to mind when you think about our adventures?
I want to say it's the Rainbow Tree episode. The first time you guys meet Docus and the four-armed apes and stuff, and you just absolutely go wild, cooking a crazy, mind-tripping concoction of soup and meat, and then create a whole religion almost around yourselves. That it's only like episode 3 or something of the entire series, and it sets the tone.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Or like, so we can go this far.
Yeah. So mild restraint no longer needed. Excellent.
I don't know. What about you guys? What's favorite?
I just got like a cacophony of moments. I don't know if I'm thinking of any.
We had only known what a wild change to our setting it was going to cause by us quote unquote rescuing those kids.
Right.
Oh,
that's it. That's my favorite episode. We rescued the kids, and then folks were like, all right, well, we'll drop them off at the next thing. And Gomez was like, no, you're parents now. We need to take care of these kids. And then Gomez left at like the next.
We were all like, hey, Docus, you're a dad now. We're just here.
I love
our Piccolo.
I wish that there was a bit where like someone had called Gomez out on that, and Gomez had been like, no, I said you guys were parents.
Did not say I was.
Like, I'm not just going to ignore them. I'm not a monster.
I feel like Gomez actually does have a full-blown family somewhere, and just like one day we're going to be like, you have like a spouse and several... How long has this been going on?
I think he does. I think we touched on that a little bit.
I feel like he must, yeah.
Like, I think he has kids.
There you go.
That's
excellent.
He's like, guys, I'm a dad.
I think mine would have to be the ghost fight where we like upgraded the belt breaker to a large size.
Mm-hmm.
We used everything we had on the ship and like all the whispers.
That was a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
I do love the running gag that Rook like can't see ghosts because ghosts aren't real. That was a good running gag.
Yeah, it was great, guys. Thanks.
Oh, I love aggressive gaslighting. Austin 2023.
Man, y'all remember the art episode?
Oh,
yes.
The season of cameos was just generally great.
The art episode was my favorite episode.
That was a great one.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Oh my gosh. I still hold on to that one, and it still makes me giggle every time I think about it.
I tell strangers about that episode, and I talk over them if they try to start talking, because no, I'm finished my story.
No, you need to understand.
I need you to know what an artist is.
It's amazing. That was honestly, I think Austin stated it. The season of cameos was just, I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was peak.
Yeah.
The fact we got like participation from the Discord, from like content creators for the content we're playing.
That was cool.
Yeah. Second season was great. I enjoyed it. I just wish that I knew that was what we were doing, because I made my character to be like, all right, I got 3 traits that really help us out while we're making journeys. And then every episode began with, you arrive at a place. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's on me. I'm sorry.
And I helped.
It was like, yeah, like I can give somebody an extra action while we're on a journey and like all this other stuff. And it's like, oh, okay.
That's on me. This was the first like long form season of anything I've ran.
Mm-hmm.
I've ran some like shorter stuff. I think the longest before this, honestly, that I ran was the amped thing, which was like 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you count the Pokemon stuff that I've ran way in the past, I did like maybe 5 or 6 kind of sessions with friends.
And then it fizzled.
Yeah.
I was there.
Oh no.
That was my first, I think that was my first tabletop campaign ever.
Was I in that one, or was that the one that you held when you finally moved back over there?
That was we held it when we moved over here.
It like lasted all of 5
people.
sessions at most.
Yeah, it was weird, but like, yeah, this has been the longest I've GM'd an actual campaign, and I do want to say thank you to all of you because it's been a lot of fun, and I feel like I've grown as a GM or a Firefly or a DM or whatever storyteller you want to call it.
A narrative leader.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy a Dom. I appreciate that.
It's a dungeon master of sorts.
Our inventive linguist.
I genuinely think
there's a lot of crossover there. Okay, dungeon masters and Dom. You know, like
brains
and whips excite me.
Yeah. I'm not going to spoil too much, but like if Austin ever gets married, we're getting a Dom to DM for us. Like that's his bachelor party.
There's literally an old College Humor sketch that's there.
And that's exactly what we're doing. I 100% rip it off, but I'll rip off that, like I'll plagiarize that all day long, all week long.
Well, depending on how you rip it off, it might actually work for the Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like a Band-Aid. I see it.
Like those fabric-y Band-Aids.
Ooh,
yeah, right on the hair. Sorry, that derails.
Yeah. No, that's the point of this episode. We're talking, we're enjoying the fact that like we're done. It's been really fun and exciting, and
it's the stress-free one.
Yeah.
You know what I really missed as the seasons wore on? I missed traveling to new reaches. I missed populating them with flora and fauna. I loved that exercise.
Yeah, those prompts. We freaking came up with Saw-Nanas in just like one of the first prompts.
Yeah, we stopped doing the prompts.
We didn't just come up with them; they exist now.
Right?
Yeah, they're in the book now.
I feel
they're drawn in the book.
Consequential.
Yeah. No, we should do the prompts. I have been spitballing ideas around in my head for like the next series I want to run.
Dude,
and one of them,
another thing I want to do because you have money and I don't.
Yes, Bev. Yes.
Yay.
No, there are other things. One thing I do want to run is I backed a Kickstarter for a like a manga sports anime RPG kind of thing.
Lancer would be fun. That's a separate one. The joke but not joke is that Lancer plays like a sports game. If you play it right and you're not a smooth brain who's like, everybody has to kill all the other side, because that's clearly not what the book tells you to do, and people who play it that way are the smoothest of brains. Like,
that's sports.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Just plays like a sports anime. But if there's another sports anime game, then I'm also on board for that.
Yeah.
I would love to play like some like Girls on Panzer, but a role playing game. We have to keep our aircraft high school open by winning tank competitions.
Yes. Exactly. So like I want to play around with that, but like the next Wildsea game that I want to play, because I do want to come back to Wildsea.
Whoa.
I was thinking, what if we did something like very travel heavy, like almost like a West Marches kind of a thing, where you have like a home hub.
See if they find the edge of the forest, kind of a thing.
Yeah, like you have a home hub that you go back to. But yeah, you're traveling around constantly, and you're constantly exploring new areas, and it would be every episode. I'd like to go back to the format of, one episode is traveling, the next episode is the location. One episode is traveling, the next episode is location. Almost like a One Piece kind of format.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
We should go see what Soil's up to at the bottom. She's got to be a big bad guy by now.
Yeah, there's all of the under the eaves stuff will be released shortly. Like the playtests are starting to be released right now, but the book will be released in 6 months or something. So that'll be fun. And in 6 months, we will probably start doing Wildsea again, because we'll probably do sports anime and other things in the meantime, and then do some Wildsea in about 6 months, maybe a little longer. But yeah.
Oh man, we get to build a new boat. New boat.
Totally different vibe. Different than bees.
Different than bees.
Wasps.
Yeah, wasps. It's just an angry boat.
We hate it. We have to fix the engine room. We're all doing rock, paper, scissors. See who has to go in.
You know what we should do? We should just make a crew that steals other people's boats. We have a suicide bomb boat. We just absolutely wreck our boat every
and every boat that we steal, we turn into a new suicide boat.
We just become really adept at the suicide bomb maneuver and then jack other people's boats. We'll be like Mega Man, where we steal your weapons, except that we'll also take your lives and your treasure.
It's also really well hidden, so that if they take their boat back, they don't know that it's a suicide boat anymore.
No, we just replace the engine with the giant suicide bomb.
Oh, jeez.
I think at that point, if they don't know it's a suicide bomb and it kills them, I think it's just a murder bomb at that point.
That's their fault?
Well,
but then does that bring it back? This is getting dark.
It's almost like, what is cannibalism?
Wait, do you not know what cannibalism is?
Well, it's like those elves are eating humans. They're cannibals. And it's like, well, I mean, they're not eating other elves.
Oh, man. That's actually a good question.
I
don't like how excited Ian got about that.
Okay, well,
talking about cannibalism.
About ESO, but okay, yeah.
So talking about cannibalism, back in grade 6, our teacher made us do a project called The Big One.
Everything is getting more dark with every sentence.
The Big One.
So this teacher, whether you liked them or not, they were very interesting because they spent about a quarter of the year and about 3/4 of each day for that last quarter of the year, and you basically did a full research thesis, like a master's degree, but you're in grade 6, so it was not a very good one. But we were told, you needed at least 4 book sources, at least, because this is back in the early days of the internets, when the internets was only a wee little thing. You needed 2 internet sources, 4 book sources. You needed to interview a person in the field of the thing you're researching. You needed it was a whole bunch of things, and it all culminated in a big report that was, I think, a minimum of 6 pages, and then you had to do a 2-hour presentation on the report, which is a lot.
What grade?
In grade 6, yeah.
I didn't have high school stuff like that. Sometimes I didn't even have university stuff like that.
Yeah, no, this teacher was weird. It was incredible. I did marine biology, which was a lot of fun, actually. Okay. But anyways, it was meant to be what do you want to do with your life? Like people were supposed to pick what their goals were. Like some people picked mechanic, some people picked engineer, doctor, that different things, and actually researched what they wanted to be at that age. And like all the work that went into
disillusioned.
And yeah, and like people learned a lot of cool things about, and like the presentations were incredible. One guy got like his uncle who owned like a big trucking company to bring a big truck in and like popped the hood and showed all of us different things under the hood. Like they were really good presentations for a group of grade 6s.
Nice.
Anyway, my friend M, lovely person, absolute delight. They wanted to do cannibalism, I believe was their first choice.
Oh.
To which the teacher goes, "That's not a career for starters."
Says you.
I'm
Talk
going
to
in
the uber rich.
Let's start arguing that point.
Challenge accepted.
And then second, the teacher goes, "And how are you going to interview someone in that field?"
Oh gosh.
Career cannibal.
So
start calling local prisons.
So my friend M goes, "Okay, fine. What if I do witchcraft and shrunken heads?" To which the teacher stated, "I point you to Exhibit A from the first like thing you wanted to do. It's still not
a career,
really.
That's an end point. Not quite the same."
I don't remember what M ended up doing their thing on, but
jail.
Yeah.
They ended up doing hard time.
We're gonna go interview witches.
I mean, Austin, you've met M. They went to the bachelor party with us.
So how's their serial killing career going?
Delightful. They're a wonderful person. They're honestly, if you've met them, you understand why they wanted to pick those things. They're tons of fun. They joined us. I don't know if listeners will have listened to it at this point, but technically in the files of my computer, there is a recorded episode of Honey Heist with me, M, Kyle, and one of M's friends. And all of the Honey Heist episodes are pretty off the rails. This one's bananas.
Shouldn't it be Sweden?
It's so good. It's wild. I don't know if it will ever be unearthed. It might be a lost
in the computer.
But like, I'm hoping it will be unearthed. We're trying to get another series up and running where me and Kyle discuss like we're way too white to be doing this. I'm so sorry. But we're trying to do where me and Kyle discuss like games and game like design and game topics, and then also play games from start to finish in as short amount of time as possible, like to see how long it actually takes to play a game. And like, I don't know if that series will fully get up and running, but we've done one episode in it. We've at least attempted it. Anyway, that's enough of that tangent. I just when people talk about cannibals, I always remember M and grade 6. That's the main point.
So speaking of wasted time, which side character did you feel didn't get enough screen time?
Oh, good question.
The friendly.
Well, speaking of Kyle,
guy.
Sorry, which one?
The friendly but competent guy from Portobello's crew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Larry,
Jerry, George,
Terry.
Pateri. Yeah. He definitely did not get screen time.
I liked the caterpillar guy from the first episode, who gave us like a full healing fruit that we gave to that we gave to Rook, because Rook was like, "I have a bruise.
I have an owie."
Owie.
So like,
kiss my bubble.
Her like one level of damage, or like, "Here you go." And then Ian's like, "All right, so that thing heals all of your damage." We're like, "Oh, all right."
Oops.
It's easy to say that when you don't. You're like, "Yeah, you've only got 1 HP damage. Oh, it's a full healing potion." You think that he planned that out? You think that was just unfortunate circumstances? No.
I think he expected us to blow it like this to do the thing.
I hyped it up so much too.
Yeah, you did, and I knew it was going to be amazing. But if I'm playing a JRPG, I'm using my items. I am a JRPG alpha predator.
I don't know. I'm one of those people who saves things forever and then never uses it. But what if we need it later?
54 elixirs by the end boss, and you're like, I'm not even going to use one.
Fun fact, that was a one-hit kill on the end boss, that potion.
Yes.
No, we didn't utilize it properly. No. Story of my life.
I always knew he was undead.
Nice. Yeah, who else? We got Larry, we got the caterpillar guy. Who else was a missed?
I mean, many of the cameos I would have liked to see again, but it's hard to bring them back without their person.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of non-cameo NPCs.
Wayne and Bruce are pretty cool.
Yes.
Who?
Wayne and Bruce.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You mean... Wait. Who is Wayne and Bruce?
Wayne and Bruce.
I thought they were Clark and Bruce.
Oh, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, Clark and Bruce, because it was the alternate egos. Yeah. Yeah, they were fun. That was a neat episode. I enjoyed surprising you guys with them playing the same character and stuff. That was good.
Man of hats.
Yeah, I think I meant to give Joffrey Jeffrell got a bunch of screen time near the end there, but I meant to give him 1 or 2 more episodes. And I think I even stated in one of the episodes, I was like, darn it, he was supposed to join you for this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember.
I almost thought about killing him too, killing him off in the last episode, just to
He'd be a real red shirt then,
Yeah.
He was there, we ignored him. He was supposed to be a bigger character, and then we kill him off for a cheap feel in the end.
Feel. Yeah. I felt it was too cheap killing him off.
I kill my darlings to feel.
Also, I debated messaging Austin and asking if he genuinely wanted to switch sides and pull a switcheroo at the end, but
you should have.
I felt like that we already did that in our Exalted campaign, and so I didn't want to mirror it too much.
I'm so mad you didn't. Come on.
Committed to win it.
Yeah.
And then he could have been Uber boss of the next campaign that we don't actually fight because he's too scary. This is One Piece. We will come back and fight him 13 seasons later.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Every other time we fight him, it turns out it was just a puppet the whole time.
Every time.
It was just one of his many spiders.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like fair. Yeast that way, or sourdough. You just put a little bit in the next one, it expands. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What else was fun? What was your guys' favorite creature or fruit or location setting?
Portobello. My favorite creature is Portobello. He's great. I loved him. I hated him. He befuddled me constantly. He was great. He was like my real friend. I especially loved putting him in the freezer. That was so I regret it, but I'll remember that for the rest of my life. I was like, I'm so wise to your shit by this point. And he's like, no, dude. I'm like, we're in the rebellion together. And I'm like, no, our petty squabble comes first. Every time I will cut the Achilles heel of the whole fucking rebellion just to get one up on you. You son of a bitch. You think I've forgotten? I'll never forget.
I loved his petty use of whispers.
To be fair, we all were masters of the petty use of the whisper.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
We should not be given the power to alter reality.
Yeah. The pettiest bitches ever. I adored it.
That's just painted on the side of the boat.
Petty bitches forever.
The pettiest bitches ever.
Yes.
So my favorite creature would probably be, I like that trap iron jaw trap ray that we like first fought at the 18.
Oh yeah, the
side.
iron.
Yeah, we didn't make
iron jaw rays. Yeah, iron jaw rays.
The one
They're
we invented, or like no, the plant with the big tree on top.
Not the iron jaw, because the iron jaw rays are from the book. They're the like thunder sharks or whatever they are.
But the one that were kind of like
the wolf trap angler.
Yeah, I was gonna say angler. Yeah.
Yeah, the wolf trap angler, the big leviathan with all the trees. That was a fun one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cool art that they drew for us too. I must say the artists, we've hired some incredible artists for our campaign here.
We really have. Like, you've sourced some insanely talented people.
Yeah. No, the artists, we've had 3 artists now, and they are phenomenal work.
It's been a really interesting thing to grow alongside Wildsea as it's been like going through its iterations of development, and now it's sort of like this is the only time that this particular type of campaign can exist alongside the book, where it's like we had influence on the creation of it as we were going, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't that feel like a little bit huge to you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like,
isn't that a little wild?
Yeah, because I saw the campaign on Kickstarter and I went, we need to do this campaign. And it had only been on Kickstarter for like a day or 2. And I'm like, okay, well, we got to start Tuesday because we got to release an episode on like Thursday because the campaign ends on a Monday or something. I was like, if we don't do this, or no, it must have been a few weeks in then, because we were like right on the line of not getting an episode in before the Kickstarter ended.
Yeah,
and then
squeak it in.
Yeah, we squeaked out an episode, and this was the lovely group of people that actually responded to my Beacon of Gondor.
Play games, for the love of God, play games.
And you know what? I just knew Austin. You know what I mean? Like, and now I have this like very excellent group of friends, and I'm so thankful for it. Honestly,
yeah. This has been again. I keep using the word phenomenal, but it is phenomenal. It's wonderful. I can't describe it any better. It was like as Dylan said, like being able to play the game while Wildsea grew and changed and was iterated on, and being part of that, like whether we even directly influenced it by talking to Felix or any of the other people on Discord, or whether we subconsciously
we got to talk to him. What do you mean subconsciously? We got to talk to Felix.
Superliminal.
Like Felix would actually be excited when we were doing things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like we directly influenced it by talking to Felix and talking on Discord, but we also subconsciously influenced it by Felix loving listening to us and like thinking about our world while thinking about his world. And like that's kind of cool. That's yeah, that's not kind of cool. That's really cool.
That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, for a little person like me, that's one of the coolest things I've ever done.
You're little? I had no idea.
And like, funny thing is Dylan's one of the tallest people I know.
Not where it counts.
Jeez.
Self-burn.
You got a big personality there, buddy.
But what was I say? Yes, and actually talking about Felix and stuff, like I think I can say this. Yeah, I can say this.
This is coming out way in the future.
This is going to come out like almost a year later at least like 4 months after this. So this knowledge should be known by now.
Like COVID's going to be gone by then. The American recession will be over.
World War IV will have ended.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you to our veterans who fought bravely.
Support the troops.
Yeah. So, but no, we're gonna get a writing credit on one of the sub books, the Red Right Hand. We're writing a post for that book, I believe.
Right.
So we've been working on it. You guys say, but I've posted it in Discord and you've offered opinions.
We made this.
We were there.
Were we though?
Critical concept designers for this specific post.
Yeah. So we're like,
it's really more you guys did it. I just kind of like occasionally come back to the Discord and be like, oh, I have a bunch of, oh my gosh, so many messages. Okay.
There.
Cool.
Hello.
Thoughts.
You've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Right. I got at least 2 fish to fry.
I've just been going to bed on time.
What's it like?
I respect and envy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really nice.
What's it like being a functional adult?
It's all right.
I can claim I don't do that, and I get decent sleep.
No. Yeah, sleep has been a big hurdle for this campaign.
Yeah.
You know what? You say that. It has. But every campaign has all of the hurdles. That's why so many of them fizzle out. The fact that this has gone on so long is nothing short of miraculous.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right?
Almost
like the fact that we're here and Jonathan can come back and be like, yo, I'm going to come back for a special guest spot and we're going to finish this out strong and talk about how we did. Like, damn, squad, we
did it.
I really think we did. You know, some episodes are definitely better than others, but I think overall, you know, if I think about, maybe we didn't create enjoyable content to listen to. Maybe not. Some people will always enjoy it. Some people will always not enjoy it. Right. So ultimately, if I'm going to sit down here, I'm not getting paid, but we have created something that I've really enjoyed creating. You know, we've spent our time, and I don't feel that this was a waste in any way, shape, or form. I feel like this is one of those things that has made me grow as a person. And I didn't really realize how much until we're right here, right now, talking about how far we've come.
Well, that's the thing. Something isn't valuable because it was monetizable, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is just like...
Pay us. Pay us.
Pay us.
Listen.
We don't have a boss, okay?
For the love of God, pay us.
Listeners, I am in like 3 and 4... possibly 5 different series in this, and I am also a patron. If I, a cast member, am paying, then so can you.
There we go.
There you go. But yeah, it's like that's life is not the things that you do in exchange for money, even though we have to do that because yay, we can't opt out of this campaign. But like this is the real stuff, the stuff that you do outside of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Right?
And even if I never saw a red cent from it, even though I expect to never see a red cent from it, it's absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like the only campaign I've fully seen through from beginning to end. And I don't think I could be happier with the group I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Helps when we've got viewership numbers that we need to keep up.
Well, now that we're done, we can spend all of our time advertising our created content because it already exists. Now we just need to popularize it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're gonna make more stuff. This is not this is getting a little sappy here, and I agree with all of you. But like, this is not the end.
Of course, it's sappy. We spent all our time in trees.
Yeah. But like, I'm right there with you. Like, doing a big campaign like this, it's like we've played now 3-ish years together, 4-ish years together.
3.
We've seen different, like, yes, we all somewhat knew each other, or kind of knew each other at the beginning of this. So tangentially, some of us knew some of us, but like, you make friends, you grow, you learn, you see different sides of people, different lives. Like, we hung out once a week for 63 weeks plus, because that's 63. I keep saying 63. I don't know if that's actually 63 episodes. It's roughly 63 episodes. Anyway, we hung out for 63 weeks almost in a row, plus all the, like, we did a few episodes of Avatar. We did a few episodes of Honey Heist. We did a few episodes of something else I'm blanking on. But like, we've hung out probably like 70-ish weeks in a row. There's only 52 weeks in a year. So like, that's we know. You see people and you grow with them, and you hear about like their week. They become part of your family, you know? Mm-hmm. And yeah, the other thing with RPGs that's such a wonderful, whether it's Wildsea or whether it's Powered by Apocalypse, or heck, even D&D, like being able to create
that meteor game.
Yeah. But like
that little known game.
Yeah, it's a little bit niche. Listeners, if you want to, feel free to Google it. It's a bit niche, but some people like it.
I think they made a movie at one point way back when.
It was, honestly, the movie was the best part of it.
Oh, so good.
So, yeah, no, like, playing RPGs and role playing, or more in particular improv being the bigger factor. Like, doing improv, even if you're not an improv-y kind of person, or you don't think you're an improv-y kind of person, improv's so much fun. And you'll realize, oh yes, this is a fun thing. Even my lovely wife, who is not a improv-y person, enjoys it to some degree, and she really doesn't enjoy improv. So like, it teaches you stuff about yourself. You see different, like, you're handed scenarios you would never be handed in real life, and you get to see
all the
how
ways you can be a murder hobo.
Yeah, like, you see how you would react, and like whether your character reacts that way or not. Like, your character can be a full-on murder hobo, but just because your character is murder hoboing around doesn't mean that you as a player, or you as a person more in particular, aren't like actually thinking about these events and genuinely contemplating like what they mean. If I don't know, maybe that's just me.
We're basically heroes, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we're like, everyone is a superhero when you play improv. Like, we recently just had my cousin come on for the second to last episode, like not including this as the last episode, the second to last like campaign episode.
We got a grandparent.
Yeah. My cousin came on. He played the kid character and his grandma. It was fun. He's 14, 15. Yeah. Anyway, he's my younger cousin. Nice kid. Love him. And it's fun to see how like improv, like, people think and get like go on their toes. And at the end of it, the whole, like, I drove him home, and the whole time home he's talking about how much fun he had and how it's neat to like just be able to explore and to play improv and do these kind of things. And I'm like, yeah, it's fun. it's whether we used to play.
Right.
Yeah. We used to play D&D back before I knew how to play D&D. Like, I can remember being in elementary school and my parents bought me the 3.5 box set beginners D&D thing.
Oh, and wow.
Yeah, they loved me.
When you were in elementary school.
Yeah, they loved me. Absolutely.
I mean,
maybe this will keep them quiet for a few evenings.
It might have been.
We can get the TV to ourselves.
I was a sophomore in high school when I got the 3.0 book. Huh.
I mean, in all fairness, 3.5 was a little bit old at that point anyway.
Oh, that's worse.
Or no.
Making me feel good.
Or no, it must have been brand new. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. You're not that much old, because you're not that much older than us. Because we're 30.
We agreed never to talk about... No, I'm kidding.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Because
anyway,
I graduated
Is anybody
high school.
Really not the age I think they are?
I graduated high school. My wife was in 5th grade.
I'm 97.
What?
We all suspected it.
You don't sound it.
But yeah, no, I got the 3.5, and I can remember being like, I busted out all the Lego characters, and we made up rules, we made up stats, we just rolled dice for giggles, and we're like, okay, if you get a big number, you do a cool thing, and like, we just play D&D. That was but it was just us kids playing, and we were pretending to put numbers to things and having fun and running around the house playing D&D. Wow. And then like, as I grew older, I like actually learned some of the rules, and I'd sit down with friends and actually play like a bit of D&D, and we'd just, we'd be in high school and we'd be drinking beers and playing D&D, and none of us fully knew the rules, but we were just shooting the shit with friends.
Nobody fully knows the rules.
And yeah, exactly. Like we'd be like tipsy teenagers play, like just pretend, like, when you're a teenager and you want to do dumb things, like, I'm gonna go jump off this cliff, or I'm gonna into the water, or I'm gonna go like
degenerate behavior,
or like I'm gonna go speed racing down the highway, or what, like all these like silly teenage things that you do. Exactly. But like, we were able to just, instead we did double backflips in D&D and had like poisonous snake companions, and like we did.
Let me work on my angst face with my pets.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say we were cool, because this is definitely not making us sound like the cool kids in high school. But we had fun. Cool. Thank you, Austin. I love you too.
Nobody wants to be that kind of cool. That kind of cool is boring and possibly life-threatening.
That's genuinely true.
Right.
But yeah, like, and then as I got older still, we started to like make our own games, and me and Austin made the Pokemon game that like we designed. And it's, Austin, can I be honest for a minute? It's not great. It's got a lot of flaws. It's got a lot of flaws.
So
I love it. And yes, it's got most of my flaws. It's got a lot of like numerical crunchy analysis and a lot of ties to things. There's something there, Austin. You and I both know there's something there, and we'll come back to it one day and make it good. But like, it's got a lot of flaws, but we played the heck out of that, and we had fun. And like, anyway, this has been a long tangent to say that like, role-playing and tabletops and improv is just, it's good for your soul, and it helps you grow as a person and learn about yourself too.
It also facilitates relationships, like actual human relationships.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the thing. And that's why like campaigns kind of fail, because the thing about like human relationships is that they are inconvenient. They're they're an inconvenient thing. And we are a society that was like, okay, we're going to go all in on facilitating convenience and privacy, which are important things to have, but we kind of went too far. And, you know, like you hear about things like loneliness epidemics now, even before the pandemic happened, you know, like, and how hard it is, especially like for guys, to have casual friendships that go deep on things. I guess that's not casual, but you know, you know what I mean, right? And D&D is just a game, or D&D, any kind of tabletop campaign it is a game designed to facilitate, like, it's not, you know, no single thing is going to solve all of society's ills, but if you like intentionally are like, no, we're going to make a campaign happen, we will show up, we'll, you know, book off work, book babysitters, it's happening, you know, whatever, like, then you're actually doing the human thing where you hang out with humans and you get to know them, and even if all you ever talk about is the campaign, you learn a lot about the people you play with, even if you don't know a single detail about their real lives. I don't know what half of you look like. I have images in my head.
You know us. Yeah.
One of these days I'm going to be walking walking around the island or Florida, and then I'm going to hear a voice and be like, ah!
I hope so. If you come to Florida and don't tell me, though, I'll be a little upset. I forgot to tell you. I mean, okay, if you come to like my area of Florida, if you go to like Jacksonville,
which area is your area again?
I'll tell you on Discord. Listeners don't even know.
That's fair.
Let's all go to Florida.
Just out of curiosity, if hypothetically the in-laws wanted to plan a big Disney trip and I knew that there was no way that I could sneak away to go see friends that they don't know, so I didn't tell you to spare your feelings, would that be okay?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Okay, because that's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Like I live like an hour away from Orlando, so like it would be doable if like you were like, hey, do you want to do lunch at a time? I would be able to be like, yeah, I'd drive to like Orlando to see an internet friend. I won't drive to Jacksonville, and I won't drive to Miami. I won't drive to St. Augustine.
Screw those places. Yeah.
Oh, I could be fancy as like a plane over there.
Domestic flight.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do next? What's your
Wildsea? Let's do more Wildsea right now.
Okay.
I'm so thirsty.
Now instituting sleep protocol. I'm asleep.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a break for a while, but eventually, like, not going to lie, there's a part of me that feels like I'm kind of an imposter when it comes to like games like these, because like I've like, you know, like watched podcasts and like stuff and like watched like videos like breaking down stuff like, you know, the more classic style, you know, like medieval fantasy 5e whatever stuff, but like I've never actually personally like done it beyond like 3 sessions, because most of the people that I've played with are like, oh man, got that out of my system ages ago. Now let's try, you know, homebrews and these Kickstarter campaigns that we found. And I'm just like, feel like I'm a fraud. So part of me wouldn't mind doing just something really classic at some point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I've got ideas for, because everybody's got their ideas for like, you know, like that classic, you know, like it starts as Lord of the Rings and it ends as Holy Grail kind of a thing. But like, yeah, I've never gotten a chance to play, you know, my baseline kind of thing.
A 40K role-playing game.
Nice.
You know, a baseline.
Yeah.
Just pick Bard and go all in on the bass player.
So everybody plays a bard and
play a silent, uncharismatic bard. It's a bass player.
That's basically what we already did this campaign. We were just a bunch of bards. We had other functions, but we were primarily just an entire cast of bards.
It's like when you choose like one type for your Pokemon team, and so you try to vary it.
Yep.
You know, like a team that's all fire types, but also, you know, can be like half and halves.
Yeah, it was oh god, what's it called? The 4-job fiesta, where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna run through this game with only a party of white mages.
Has not.
Love you.
How dare you not
Thank
feed
you. It's been a busy day. He's a good boy. He would have come and said sad to me if he needed it.
That's fair.
In all fairness, I hadn't fed myself yet. That was Laura bringing me food because she's the greatest human being alive.
Oh yes.
That's subjective. I don't agree.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, if y'all ever want to get out of doing dishes, all you have to do is get a 2nd-degree burn on your hand, just so you know.
Thanks.
Tips and tricks.
I also highly recommend 3rd trimester pregnancy. It gets you out of a lot of like picking up stuff off the floor.
Hell yeah.
Trying, but it's not working.
Oh no, that's a genuine and sad thing that happens to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, a dark joke. We're done for. They'll cancel us.
Our one listener.
Podcast is over.
This is kind of relatable.
No.
But I'm also happy for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm at the body hostage stage where I'm like, yay, but also stop, give me my body back. I want to drink booze again. I want to eat jelly meat without worrying about it, you know.
Like, does this have lead in it?
Don't lie to me.
Craving deli meat.
Bev likes a good salami.
Mm.
It had to be said.
I prefer sausage.
That's fair.
That's how we got in this predicament.
I do like sausage for breakfast.
It's fair.
I remember the first time I ordered pizza on my own, I was like, I want sausage pizza. And they were like, do you want like Italian sausage or this other sausage? And I was like, what?
You're like, wait, what?
Other sausage.
I didn't know that anybody ever asked that.
It's code.
Yep.
There's someone with a gun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thinking about it. I'm like, wait, I have Italian sausage. Oh wait, Italian, Polish, German sausage at my behest at any time. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the best ones, right? Yeah,
It really is.
yeah. Nice.
Ooh, I should make pierogies tomorrow night.
I was just thinking about pierogies.
Pierogies are fucking bomb.
Oh man, with just like all the caramelized onions on top.
Yeah.
Oh, vegan pierogies would be so good.
Yeah.
Vegan pierogies with caramelized onions and spicy sausage. Yeah.
My wife makes pickled onions.
I love your wife.
God. Yeah, I love my wife too. She's great.
Pickled onions are the best.
I too choose this man's wife.
Pickled onions. Yeah. Oh, there's a place, Bev, did we tell you? The farmer's market in Clayton had a lady doing pickled garlic and pickled garlic with pickled jalapenos all in one jar.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like large cloves of garlic and like good
Like
slices of jalapeno. Yeah, like good chunks of like
garlic,
like the size of your thumb knuckle, like garlic, like or bigger.
Nice.
Like good sized garlic, and like fully pickled, not like diced, but like just as a whole chunk, clove. And then like good thick slices of jalapeno pickled, and the samples. Mm-hmm. She took one of the little like round chip crackers, like the tortilla chip crackers.
Yeah.
And put a whole clove and a whole slice of jalapeno for one sample.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, lady, you're going to go out of business, but you're the greatest human alive. Like, this is amazing. And so we bought 2 jars because yes.
I guess she's not going out of business.
No, she's not. Not while I'm alive. That's for sure. But yes, pickled onions are the bomb diggity. And everybody here knows the trick for caramelized onions, right?
Yep. I don't eat them.
Put them in your face as quickly as possible.
You're wrong. Dylan, you're correct. No, the trick for caramelized onions is you put a bunch of onions in the slow cooker, you do a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, and you slow cooker it overnight. And in the morning, you have caramelized onions.
Oh, that's a good trick.
And then it gets better. Then you buy a silicone mini muffin tray, and you divvy out the caramelized onions into the mini muffin tray, freeze it, and then you pop them, and you now have pucks of caramelized onions that you can just throw in things whenever you want.
Ooh. I do like that idea.
Evil. It is the best.
An evil idea.
This is kind of like when people like take like herbs and then like freeze them in olive oil to like you take like the olive oil out with the herbs. It's just like the seasoning.
Yep.
I mean, okay. Anyways, we're getting a little far away. I don't want to have to wrangle us here, but
you're the one who played the food guy.
I know, and this is honestly this is just really hurting me.
But we should go to bed because it's late.
Oh, but I had a final. I had a question. A question thing.
Yeah.
So, question is, where did your three mains, if you had three of them, some of us, where did they end up? What happened to them? What's their epilogue?
I don't want to end it just in case we revisit these characters.
Okay, the epilogue that gets retconned in case we revisit the characters. The epilogue that the studio didn't pay attention to because they wanted to make another sequel.
I see what you're... Well, after the cinders and stuff, CC will change his identity and go help and disguise himself and go help all the people from the city we burnt down and start to convert it into a good place.
Aww.
I'm going to start a floating restaurant, and eventually both of my wayward pie children are going to come home and take over the family business.
I think Rook stayed with the ship as long as, lifestyle-wise, it was healthy for her to do that. Eventually you just reach an age where, out on the Wildsea is just impractical. But I think she stayed with the ship, and, whatever mishmash of various crew members stayed, through the years, and she just kind of, kept working on that ship and souping it up and stuff until she was, too old to keep being a sailor, and she eventually opened herself, a ship mechanic shop somewhere, possibly at her warehouse, but maybe, I don't know, somewhere else, and then just kind of kept being a mechanic all her days. And she stayed with Andy and had a family with him, and the kids who stuck around, she kept using them and just living that good mechanic life with her family and Scraps.
That's adorable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, she would have outlived Scraps. So, eventually, she's just piloting her ship with Scraps's puppy descendants. Handing out little Scrapses to the kiddos.
I don't know, things are pretty weird. Maybe Scraps is
Well, yeah, it's Scraps. Does Scraps live as long as a dog or as long as a chimpanzee?
I would imagine somewhere in the middle, leaning on chimp.
How long does a chimp live?
I don't know.
At least 30 years, I think.
There you go. Still, if she lived to a ripe old age, she's still going to outlive. But, stays with Scraps till he's one of those just gentle old good boys,
the goodest of boys.
The goodest of boys. And eventually Scraps found another puppy with which to make other puppies. And then there were little Scrapses, and Rocky got one, and Docus got one. Whoever else wanted got one. Some of her kids got one. That sort of thing.
Well, that just sounds adorable. Like dire wolves, except they have hands.
Right? And they don't forecast doom.
Your dire wolves don't have hands?
Whatevs.
And some say that Portobello is still frozen in that refrigerator to this very day.
That makes
don't lie to me.
I think Belt,
Portobello.
Sorry,
I was going to say, I know. Just a sec. I was going to say, don't lie. Portobello and Jisun had a beautiful wedding.
Oh, jeez.
And a terrifying divorce.
He opened a rival floating restaurant that follows yours.
That bastard! I'll burn him to the ground. Sorry. Belt. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Belt eventually got too into the Krezerin and went from so like he was like making like dream versions of himself to like walk around and stuff before season 2 ended. Like that was basically never really him that people were talking to, or that I was actively playing. He was just always back on the ship in his tub full of Krezerin, and that just kept going until he was eventually both in the real world and in the dream world and interacting with people in their dreams and lost touch of reality. But like in an awesome way. So eventually he'll just become this like weird social dungeon that people have to deal with.
What about Gomez?
Just turn to the Gravemind.
He what?
Just turn to the Gravemind.
Grapevine?
Gravemind?
People keep referencing Gravemind, and I don't know what that is. And I've looked it up a couple times, and it doesn't stick. Is Gravemind from the Cenobites?
Halo.
Oh. I have no idea either.
Because Devin also keeps talking about, he's like Gravemind. I'm like, I don't know what Gravemind is. But I'm afraid that Devin will destroy me if he finds out.
Devin is a sweet human being who has no tolerance for the uneducated.
Yeah. Man, what Gomez is up to. Well, Gomez is fighting a forever war. So if you guys couldn't seal the deal, then he's still fighting the forever war.
Wait, I thought his forever war was against the fire. Or was it against the
it was against the guy. He declared a forever war against the skin farmer, and then he stayed with the fire people because he's like, okay, I can recruit these people.
Yes.
I understand these people. They also use fire.
We used the fire to defeat the guy.
Yeah, the fire was the fire was beaten, and then funny enough, they used fire to defeat the skin farmer guy. Okay. So yeah.
Oh, so he was defeated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well then, yeah, the forever war ended.
Yeah,
so
he'll saved our butts.
So he'll go back to like just being dad to Rocky, Colt, and Tumstums.
Nice.
And his own kids.
And his own kids.
Who he has.
Who he loves very much.
It's not weird though. Actors are I like to think that they frequently will like just leave for long periods of time because it's like, yeah, my parents are gone, but like I photosynthesize, so I'm fine.
I photosynthesize, I'm fine.
Just leave me out in the sun and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I love the picture of like an Ectus parent just putting their kid like in, like just wiggling them into the dirt a little bit and being like, stay. Yeah. And then just leaving. And the kid, like 2 years later, the parent comes back and be like, hey kid, how you doing? And the kid being like, I photosynthesized, I'm fine.
It's just how I work.
You're putting on a little bit of weight. You should find some shade.
Oh man. That's terrible.
Body shaming your plant children.
As you do.
That's so mean. Especially because like oversun is worse than, it's so bad being an oversun for plants.
I put some plants outside that were like, okay, they're growing, they're rooting. I had to put them some dirt, put them outside, and they just immediately started wilting because it's hell here.
I
put a pineapple outside though, and it seems like I just chopped the top of a pineapple, went outside, just buried it, and I think it's doing okay.
That's pretty cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what Gomez does.
Nice.
The bee's dad again.
Nice.
Bee's dad again.
Yeah. I feel like Docus stays on the ship for as long as Rook does, and just Bee's dad / Uncle Docus to all the kids. Probably ends up having some kids of his own. I feel like Docus would end up having some kids of his own. He probably goes back and marries the hypnotic frog waitress. But it's like it's like, you know, the movie 50 First Dates?
Yeah.
It's like that, because like the hypnotic frog waitress, you always forget her. But like Docus is the one forgetting her all the time.
And like Joffrey Jethro settles
one day with kids of his own. What the
psychedelic mushroom farming with the
probably wondering how I got here. Eat.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, and then like Joffrey Jethro is like goes for a simple life of psychedelic mushroom farming with that centipede dad.
Yeah.
Episode.
Oh yeah.
He goes for a simple life of magic mushroom farming, but still ends up being a henchman bodyguard type for the centipede dad. Yeah. Scuttles. That was his name. Scuttles Centipede. Yeah. Yeah. Aw. It's lovely.
Happy endings.
Yeah. Okay.
Good happy ending.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, a happy anytime.
Just
If not, we'll change it.
Any kind of emotion.
Yeah.
Or sensation, like sweet Slanesh, take me away.
Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul.
Okay, well, I guess this is for the last time, at least the last time Wildsea leaves in the jungle. This is Ian the Firefly, and I had fun.
This is Austin playing a big old bunch of spiders, and I had way too much fun.
Bev playing a big old bunch of regular human, sort of, and a puppy. And I indeed did have fun.
This is Dylan, and I'll miss you guys. And I'm excited for whatever we do next.
I'm Jonathan, and I spent the entire last season sleeping. I'm awake again. I'm back. I'm ready. I have like 3 children, and they've been nursing on me the whole time, and I don't know how that happened.
The prophecy has come true. He has arisen.
I have awoken from my chrysalid. I am in my final form.
Guys, there's a very heavy rock outside my house, and I cannot move it. Somebody please come help me.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh
gosh.
Yes. Excellent. And we are sponsored by nobody. Signing off.